Alright, so in the blue, spawning on the bottom side of Tropical Mirage, this is ShadowFax playing as the Odeon once again. And on the other side, playing in the red, this is Thomas Shelby playing as Loki. He actually took down Shelby, so that is really cool. Let's see if he can manage to take down the other Norse expert too. A little bit of an upset, I would say, against Shelby there. But it is a best of 3 and anything can happen.
Tell me about this map.
So all I know about it is actually that the green patches that you see is like the only place that resources are spawning. There are cliffs like Alfheim. Obviously nothing you can land on, but you know, cliffs nonetheless. And besides that, it's like medium to high hunt.
Yeah, visually it reminds me a lot of Blue Lagoon.
A little bit like Blue Lagoon, just no water, right? And there's some random pyramids.
Oh, pyramid. That's random.
Yeah. They're in the corner away from everything though, so it doesn't impact much.
So do they block buildings, or like are there like a hill or something?
Well, I can't click them, so that is strange for one.
Okay.
I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, like you see, it's pretty medium hunt, and basically grabbing a town center does make sure that you secure some resources. Although, like this right side TC here, the hunt is pretty far away, so maybe that's not the best candidate for that. But and overall, I have to say that Shelby has a pretty good position in terms of town centers. Like, could say it's a TC screw almost in his favor. He has way more direct access to the town centers of ShadowFax than the other way around, so. And he gets a lucky straggler tree again. Stonks.
Yep. I'm also just interested by the fact that all the wood is basically around TC. It's like there's only a little bit on the bottom side of the map, but everything else is spawning next to TCs.
True.
So you're not really having forests that are unprotected, or most of your forests are going to be protected in this game. In terms of gold though, I see side gold for both of them, and 3 mines near each other for ShadowFax, and only 1 and 2 forward for Wesker, I mean Shelby. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with it.
Well, the Raven could find the bad stuff.
Yep.
So that's a little perk for Odin. But is he going to? This is... Oh man, he's just going past the forward temple. That's really annoying. Maybe the other one.
Yeah.
Oh dude, this is like a StarCraft proxy moment right there. They're sharing line of sight. Come on, do it.
And Freya is queued up.
Oh, he's got it. Okay.
Nice.
He knows.
But ShadowFax is advancing first. So
yes.
this temple could become a risk. And he's going for Seti.
Okay, very interesting to not see actually Heimdall here.
Actually, I'm not sure if I like Posetti at all here. Like with the temple placement. If he's gonna go Posetti, why build a forward temple? I mean, it gets his parasites across a bit faster, but it's also a huge risk because Odin has a way stronger economy and a much easier time to advance early. So exposing his temple in the middle like that with a non-rush strategy.
Yeah, I don't know. In this matchup, I would say that, you know, just from watching a lot, I think that Anariers are kind of like a really core unit to it. Like, just getting a 50% boost on your unit's attack is absolutely enormous. They're mini flaming weapons.
Yeah.
Just so impactful.
But he's not going Heimdall, so he won't have them at all.
He won't have them. But neither will. Neither will ShadowFax, which is also very strange that he went Freya. I mean, he can definitely get a good forest fire, but does
But I don't think that Forest Fire is going to be very impactful on this map because he has many good forests to choose from.
They're all tiny and they're all over the map.
Yeah,
so they're not even
especially
interconnected.
So small. But the Valkyrie finds some villages. Very nice. It's gonna be fought up immediately though. But still, it's gonna distract a bit. Oh no. That's a lot of favor that Shelby just earned.
Yeah, Shelby is definitely happy about this. He's got 2 forward longhouses.
And yeah, the forward build is immediately becoming a target. This is very, very dangerous right now.
It's also very dangerous to expose the Odin Hersiers, right? Like, the other ones are way faster. It's just really scary.
Yes, but right now he has an advantage. Oh, now he's a bit up in numbers, but still.
We got some throwing axe coming in. Yeah. So that will really help to equalize this.
Then again, we have miss unit spawn-ins for Loki, so it's always going to be dangerous. Oh, throwing axemen exposed in the back, and he's targeting them. He's gonna get the counter units away immediately. This fight is huge right now. It can decide the entire game.
Dude, those Loki Hersiers are absolutely going ham. A troll is spawning in the middle of all this, but gets hugged by the Hersiers immediately and taken down. Valkyrie's still going strong, but could die to 2 smacks as well. Honestly, ShadowFax's unit numbers are looking pretty good, man.
Yeah.
If he takes over that healing spring, it's pretty good.
And now, what I said earlier about the building placement is starting to, And as I say that, an Einherjar just spawns in and ShadowFax has to get out there for a moment. Yeah. The damage buff is gonna fall off though, so he can fight again, but... Yeah, his forward build is becoming a massive target right now, and if he loses his base, the entire game is probably gonna be over immediately. So...
It's actually just oh my god.
Yep.
That snowballed fast.
Yeah. And this is exactly why I said that I was not happy to see this forward tempo. If you're gonna do it, you have to advance early and you have to gonna rush and hard. But ShadowFax, he had 2 longhouses completed before Shelby even had his first completed. Like, he was lower by a lot.
No, something went wrong there for sure, in terms of the timings. Because that's not supposed to look like that. But even so, like you said, Forsetti is kind of for a macro game, right? You're not gonna tease with that stuff.
Not necessarily a macro game, but it's gonna be more about maneuvering, and you don't need a forward tempo for that. It was very, very greedy to get those extra few seconds in. And it did not pay off, we clearly saw that. So, if it was different, he could have just fallen back and his units would have been fine. But exposing his forward build.
Yeah, and look at that favor graph actually post-game. Like, both players had a lot of favor there, but they just weren't able to spend it. Because there was nothing really valuable to get, right? But Einherjars, there's something you can add to that army and, you know, generate a lot of value. So there's just this idle resource here. Really unfortunate to see that. Well, well, well. We're doing the same thing again, apparently.
Yep.
So that means that ShadowFax
Odin against Loki.
Just going with the trusty Odin, and he's done the oh, he's not done the goat trick this time around. Not wasting any time. Interesting. On the other side, we've got our Loki player, Thomas Shelby. Let's see if he can do something different this time.
I'm not sure if I like this forward gold mine for Shelby. Very exposed.
It is, but as long as he can be the aggressor, it's fine.
Yeah, usually it's the case since you're Loki. But Odin, strong eco, early uptimes. He can easily send some raiding units there. And the TCs are not really guarding anything. Shelby has some backhunt covered by a TC, but that's about it. Everything else is out in the open. You could argue that his the front TC. I don't even know whose front TC it is. Like it's just in the middle.
No, this is a pretty bad TC screw, yes. I would say, in favor of Shelby. So
yeah, these TCs are clearly better access for Shelby. It's gonna be interesting how they're gonna fight for them if it gets to that point, considering the first game was very quick.
That was a pretty quick one. But yeah, ShadowFax better make this a quick one too, because TCs are rough. Long term, that could be a big problem. Oh, this Krayling actually gets really damaged, but he's Odin. It's fine. It's gonna heal back up. We've had some gold scouting, of course. Don't want to see any stuff unscouted in the corners.
Yep.
I really want to see Heimdall Geomarker. That's what I want here.
Population relic. That's nice.
Oh, really?
Human soldier pierce armor. That's also really nice.
Gets pretty good when you attack.
Yep.
Or against troll spawns and stuff. Ballista in the late game, I guess. Oh, we've got a... That's a really interesting position for the temple. Because it completely protects the Oathsark. There was a wall piece to prevent any harassment from happening as well.
Yeah. And this time we're having ShadowFax build the forward temple. Last time it was Shelby. Did not work out. And this time we have Shelby playing on the defensive, but this temple is outside of TC range. There's usually a rule as Norse that you build your stuff in TC range, because in comparison to other civs, it is really hard to rebuild. And we have a 312 click time for Heimdall. So
that is very early, and
yes,
it will hit
that's
before...
gonna be a Heimdall, and his temp is not even completed yet. Like Shelby is not even hadn't even started.
It will hit long before any of that
and he is
stuff
moving forward to get hunt. Oh no, he's gonna see it with his villagers. He's just gonna say hi and leave. Oh shit. This is not looking good.
There's a back hunt though. I think he knows about it. Unfortunately, there's no perspective.
Oh no.
Fog of War thing.
He doesn't see it yet, but now he sees the high. Now he sees it, right?
And he's going with Forseti. But yeah, he should see it.
Oh no. Shelby is gonna be very unhappy in just a moment.
Yeah, this
and his temple
push off the hunt
exposed.
So
it's gonna probably go down very quickly too. Oh no. And there goes that.
Hold on, there was actually a change to Undermine that it would affect longhouses. Do you know if it affects temples as well?
I have no idea.
Okay.
That's a new change to me. I don't know how it works right now. But right now I am very scared for Shelby. This position is looking very dangerous. First longhouse about to be completed. And there, the temple immediately becomes a target.
Oh.
I think he directly cast it on the temple itself.
That is actually nuts.
Oh no.
But technically
and this is exactly why you build it in TC range.
Exactly,
now...
and like the tower actually didn't get taken down, so it wasn't even the best possible Undermine cast, but it still took down the temple, which is making it so that there's no Hersir being produced. The unit counts could get completely out of control here, as there's a lot more. There's 3 to 1 production. Sorry, 3 to 0 production right now.
Oh. But yeah, the top temple can actually be destroyed by Fire. Completely missed it for a second.
That's a really good point. But I mean.
But yeah,
as Loki,
not gonna matter anymore. I think.
As Loki, that's not gonna happen. That's yeah.
The unit advantage is so great right now, and this is the struggle of the North. if you lose your production buildings, rebuilding gets slower as well because you need your army for it. And now he's gonna scout for the hunt, and it looks like he's gonna find them in just a moment.
Yeah, this is absolutely savage.
Yeah.
Although these herds here are really slow, and the villagers can kind of run away. Especially if you abuse like formation movement.
Yeah, but killing is not the truly important thing. Pushing them off and denying them food is all that matters. That's good enough.
Yeah, and they're gonna go to the other side, I guess. But is he though? He's actually getting the goats.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the Aurochs at all. He could have tried to lure them closer to the base so he can like kind of safely gather them.
Well, the Raven can see, so I'm not sure he could actually pull it off.
Yeah. And this attack is not looking good at all for Shelby.
No,
a house is going to go down or not.
Well, whatever, it gave him some favor.
Die.
As long as there's Einherjar flooding in, everything's good.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's gonna get the cattle upgrade for him.
And
Not
this
yet.
gold, as I said at the start, is very exposed. The TC is not protecting it well. So fighting for this is gonna be very difficult, and he might just abandon it completely. What else is resources
he's
like?
housed!
Oh no.
And he's gonna lose another house just now.
Yeah.
He's double housed.
It is 75 against 50 population, and they're on equal resources at the moment. This is not a good sign at all. He's gonna go to the outside gold mine, but it's only 5 dwarfs. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he just calls the game right here, because I don't see a comeback.
No, this is only getting
ShadowFax
worse.
has been controlling the game very, very well, and I am sure that he's gonna find everything very soon. Like, Perseus already moving to the outside hunt again. He's gonna scout for the gold as well soon, I'm pretty sure. He knows they're not here, so they must be somewhere else. And he has... his bottom Raven is moving. It might be just in patrol, but he might also be scouting for where everything else is.
You know what? Actually, I want to say that Thomas Shelby has got quite a bunch of units out all of a sudden, now that he finished his houses. So, looks like he's able to win a little fight at least, while the Hersiers were away. So that's nice.
That was pretty good for him. He managed to get some good trades in. Well,
is it possible to recover? There's only like 10 population difference. And those Hersiers, they don't dodge the throwing axes, so...
yeah,
that matters.
This fight was not one that ShadowFax should have taken.
No, absolutely not. And now I think he's paying for it. We've got a hell of a comeback here, especially with the Valkyrie spawn.
And we're having this, a repeat of what happened in the first game, where the production is exposed. And if he can manage to delay this, it can do a lot of damage. But the army is already looking even again, so I don't think he's gonna snowball from it.
No, I wouldn't say it's a snowball, man, but it is a comeback, and he has a chance now. He did not before. So this is pretty impressive.
Looking like an even game again.
But he's housed, so I guess there goes the lead.
But then again, it's getting a raid in. Perseus finds a spy.
Ooh, that's hot. And you know what? That could actually spawn another myth unit if he's lucky, so...
Oh, Hersier dying for free. That's not good.
No, he needs every single unit.
Especially now that the game is all even again and food is becoming scarce.
No, he keeps getting housed, like... It's so many times getting housed. I don't think he can get away with it anymore.
Yeah. And this fight is not good for Shelby at all, I think. Or is it?
It's okay, I guess.
But it is Shadow who has the Einherjar, so...
It's making a massive difference for sure.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna die now, but it's already done what it had to do. But now, I guess the production kicks in and he's backing off for a moment.
Yeah, that's alright.
Like now, it's actually dead even, 67 to 65. But we're having 23 villagers and 12 dwarfs for ShadowFax, and 27 villagers and 6 dwarfs for Wesker. So that's quite the equal lead for ShadowFax. So being an equal population is not exactly what Shelby wants here.
No, you know what? Actually, a quick question. Where the hell is Hall of Fames? That's such an important upgrade. The first years are
He doesn't have any resources, but he doesn't even have a temple, does he?
You can get it from a longhouse, but yeah.
Oh, right.
That is a factor too, that he doesn't have a temple. Anyway, got an Unharrier again, and the Valkyrie is almost dead. But those are some medium throwing axe, so that kind of makes up a little bit for the deficit, but maybe not to this degree. Even if he heals them all up. Like, I've seen several cycles of production here just getting stuck. Coming back is harder and harder every time he loses a fight.
In this game, what I'm most surprised about, and he's finally skirting what I think, is that ShadowFax has not gone for Shelby's gold. He knows that he's not gathering gold from here. He has he has attacked here like 3 or 4 times, and he hasn't seen a single dwarf walk here ever. So, and his bird was up, like his raven was watching one of the outside gold mines, so he knows that it's missing, and his raven is gonna find it right now. He knows what's up now, and he's going straight for it.
Honestly, just sitting on these outer gold mines, totally fine.
Yeah, and he's running. Did he see where they're going? His raven is going the wrong way. They might get it.
What's happening? Just separate something, please. Raiding Calf can more than keep tabs on this.
It looks like the dwarves are escaping, and while that is happening, Shelby is picking up some houses.
That is a good move as well, especially if he can get that Einherjar kill. That would be a really nice pickup, once again helping him equalize the situation. Actually, ShadowFax has gotten housed due to the house kill, obviously. He's had all of them before.
Look at the Ulfsark finding the dwarves.
Nice.
Now he sees them.
One of them is on 1 hit points. And he doesn't attack it. Too bad.
He's immediately coming back. And he's adding another longhouse.
Yes, you know what he should do though? Pick up that Eye of Horus. That's hot.
Yeah, but right now, he has lost a lot of houses already. And the problem about this is not just a Norse hitting something, this is a Loki hitting something. All of these houses are gonna be favor.
And finally Hall of Fame's coming in, so I can die happy.
At this point, when I play against Norse, I often consider just deleting my buildings. When there's no way I can save them, there's the decision between, do they stall me enough time to be worth the favor and the millions that Loki gets?
I mean, he's already got 100,
no,
so...
I delete.
When he already has 100 favor,
coming in. The spy.
Oh, the spy still doing work.
Hall of Thanes just completed.
It's gonna make a huge difference as the Hersier are now almost the same speed as Raiding Calf.
Yeah, 14 minutes Hall of Thanes.
Hey, at least it's in the game at all.
Yes. Oh, hunters are idle for ShadowFax.
Hey, that's a really big move out of villagers. I would say it's worth it to pull them into the fight and smack those throwing axemen in the face.
Oh, this fight is looking very, very good for Shelby right now. Look at this surround. Everything's gonna get cleared up.
Yep.
Oh no. And the point about this is Loki snowballs really hard.
Especially if you get heroic with flaming weapons and you get to do the fight without getting frozen. Which could definitely happen here, but I would say that actually ShadowFax is a little bit closer to heroic than Shelby is maybe.
Yeah. He has a lead in economy and resources banked, but he's so behind in army right now that I don't think he can safely advance. He's gonna take a lot of damage. What can ShadowFax do here?
Well,
Looks like he's going straight for his gold mine. The gold mine's almost empty though, but still, this is going to hurt. There's so much here.
if he can remax and go heroic, that's pretty good, but getting the Vills caught like that, I'm not sure that's very likely anymore.
Yeah.
Every step that Thomas Shelby takes, it seems like he's getting closer to a win now.
Yeah,
it was looking bad earlier.
Close to heroic too.
Exactly.
300 food missing, then he can advance.
It was looking bad earlier, but he's definitely fixed a lot of the problems.
Look at the Ulfsax raiding Shelby. He's just making single Ulfsax, like he's just auto-queuing single Ulfsax into this, and it's causing a lot of idle time. This is a really good move. Like, it looks like you're just throwing Ulfsax away, but you're gaining so much more from it than you lose. But on the other hand, he's still getting raided by these Hersiers. Currently picking up throwing X-Men, but the villagers are next.
Dude, there's 2 Valkyries there, there's no way these villagers can fight that.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Shelby still fighting against Ulfsax. They're both trading blows here. But Shelby is just everywhere right now. Like, look at the map. Red dots everywhere.
Yeah, ShadowFax knows he's not gonna...
And that's a game.
He's not gonna stall this.
That's 1-1. After a very, very quick and one-sided first game, we have an even game again.
Look at that units killed. 122 versus 71. I do wish we had the extended edition stats actually on this, because that shows like the resource values, but I'm pretty sure that was heavily in favor of Thomas Shelby. He's won several big fights.
He was behind in economy the entire time. ShadowFax had way more villagers, way more dwarfs. He lost, like, Shelby lost so many units at the start as an eco units, but he got the trades. He used his one chance when ShadowFax's army was split, and he did enough damage, and then he just kept fighting, he kept snowballing, he pushed for his lead, and he got it.
As I was saying, in the blue, we have got ShadowFax playing as Poseidon, and on the other side, in the red on Mediterranean, Thomas Shelby is playing as Kronos this time.
So, this is a very interesting map for Atlanteans. They are very strong on water, but so are Greek, and we have Poseidon too.
Yeah, it might be a bit of a slugfest like that, so...
Yes.
Both are really, really capable. Obviously, the biremes are really cheap and really fast moving, so the triremes do have trouble keeping up with that, but they have extra range to make up for it, so it's all good, right?
We'll see.
Extra stats, of course, like the biremes are weaker individually, it's just you have so many of them. And you've got Deconstruct, that's actually a big and popular balance discussion.
Is strong.
What is strong, sorry?
Deconstruct on dock is pretty strong.
Okay, sorry, didn't hear you.
No worries.
Pigs, very important for Greek to advance properly. And so the scout is obviously looking for that, but Poseidon is a bit of a special cookie, and you know, you can just place down lure and the food will come right to you.
Yeah, lure is a really strong god power actually. The interesting part about it is that it saves you walking time. You don't have to go to outside resources, so while it does not actually directly buff you like it, for example, rain or prosperity, it does indirectly do the same thing. So it's actually a pretty huge eco boost.
Yeah, and it's just so much convenience as well. Like, sometimes it attracts outer
you're
hunts,
saving the building too. Like, no storehouse, nothing.
Exactly, and sometimes it does even more random stuff where it takes away the opponent's
oh, Deco! The dock is gone!
Well, fishing ships gonna have to gather, but fortunately enough for them, they actually dropped off while it was deconstructing, which apparently is still a valid move. Something I actually didn't know. So they can gather during this whole time. The one on the farfish, that one's probably gonna fill up before the dock completes, but it's not a big delay.
Won't be a big loss.
Yeah, it's mostly the villager build time.
Yeah, it idled just now, so this deco cost like 10 seconds idle time, and now it's back to work. The scout is hitting the oracle a bit.
Nothing too bad. So tell me, do you prefer this type of deconstruct or the one where in classical, as soon as the Greek advances, you nuke their dock? Which one is better in your opinion?
I forgot the math that I did on this.
Okay.
But
and if you had to just guess because someone's holding a gun to your head, what do you answer?
I would pull out my own gun.
Oh, nice. That's a pro gamer move.
The thing
right
is,
there.
a very well-timed deconstruct can hurt the eco a lot, but it would be ideal to have an deco the second you start fighting as well, so your opponent cannot actually fight back, because one slows you while advancing a bit, because you get idle time for building a second dock and your boats cannot drop. But it's just a bit of resources which slows your classical. The other is a direct impact on the fight itself. So winning water is going to be more impactful than a little bit of a minor advantage. But he has ceasefire because he's Poseidon, so it's not going to be that clear either.
True.
It just comes down to how much it gains. And this deconstruct was not the most efficient because it only idled one boat.
No, and it's also pretty common, I would say, for Greek players to get a third dock just to go around the issue entirely. And it also helps you with garrisons. So if it's left alive, like in this game, like deconstruct is quite a far away from actually coming back, it's going to give you a lot of extra arrow fire to help it. But we got a forward tempo, so full-on water combat might be not the first thing that we see here.
Unfortunately for him, the temple is on the wrong side. Like,
True.
do you see how far it is away from actually everything that matters? Nothing is around.
I mean, he can kill a random tower, but that doesn't matter. We talked about this in the other games.
He can kill a random tower that protects nothing.
That would not be great.
And the TC is hurting the oracles. This, I mean, I get that the temple placement is interesting because it covers a good TC, which covers a good gold mine. But what is more impactful? Doing more damage early and winning water, or having an eye on a TC that is going to grab in maybe like 5 or 6 minutes? Because he's not gonna build a TC like immediately. Like if he does that, he will know anyways because he's winning water too hard. So, and even if he does, what can he do about it? Speaking
of winning water hard, the Byreme count is pretty crazy, but the micro of ShadowFax is just a little bit better, and he's done some great pullback micro, some great baiting. Something that Shelby just, you know, hasn't done quite correctly, and he loses one ship already. Second one is getting really low as well. Very scary because the Greek ships are stronger, and he has more. So it should be definitely the other way around in terms of numbers, and it is now. But so that's good. Right now he just lost some boats, but 4 of Shelby's ships are very hurt. So yeah, that could be a big numbers are set of chain kills. Not. They're lying to you a little bit. And Theseus is also kicking the Oracle's butt, so he'll be quite safe at home as well. Yeah, and Theseus is killing off the Oracles. So that aggression is gone. Nice. I would have thought he would run away, but okay. Yeah, and now we have... how many boats do post players have? How many of them are working? We are having 7 boats for Shelby and 7 for the Greek. Completely even. And all of these boats are very efficient, very good. So right now, nothing is actually happening on water yet. They're just trading blows, but the economy has not been impacted by it yet. Yeah, actually ShadowFax had a little problems with getting housed. I do think he has a lot on gold, which is not quite right for this amount of production. Needs more wood. if he wants to both triple pump ships and make houses. Actually, it's just double pumping. So that's probably part of the problem here.
This is 10 triremes against 16 biremes. This is dangerous. He has him under the docks though, so he's gonna be firing, but Decon and the ceasefire hits.
Yeah, he's not having any of it. He's gonna remake the dock.
Yeah.
And then he'll still have all that arrow fire coverage.
But still.
Where did that trireme come from? It just spawned in. How?
What?
That trireme right next to the fishing ship, it just spawned in from the deconstructed dock somehow.
So the deconstructed dock was still producing and finished before it completely vanished?
Was it garrisoning one? I think that's what happened.
I have no idea. Yeah, he had something garrisoned which allowed it to shoot, so probably that happened.
Yeah, okay.
But right now, Shelby is pop blocked at 75 and ShadowFax at 67. He is behind by a bit, but...
Oh, getting housed during a ceasefire. Oh, man.
Yep.
Ay, that's a big mistake.
And ShadowFax has 700 gold. He has low food, low wood, but 700 gold. That is not good. He is behind in army production, and that is probably why. He has been banking resources. Maybe he was planning to go heroic, but he wasn't able to gather enough food, and now he is with too much gold. He has to fix this.
That definitely has to do with the fact that the fishing ships don't have purse scenes, so...
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
And a second TC. Shelby is getting a second TC. This is huge. What is the military production right here? We're having like 15, 16 triremes and more coming in, and less biremes.
Significantly less. This is actually
yes.
Nuts. That's 18 triremes, 17, 15. Okay, they're dying fast now. But so are the biremes. Only 9 of them left. I mean, they've got dock coverage, but even so, these triremes are way stronger. So can't discount that. I think Shelby is getting kicked off the seas now.
Yeah, this water... The thing is though, biremes are fast, and he can still like send some to raid and annoy him.
That's true.
And on the other thing is, just because he cannot properly attack anymore, does not mean he has lost water. Because only when he cannot actually gather any food from water anymore is when he has lost water. And he can still garrison, sneak out, gather some food, garrison back, and lure them into docks to get shot at. So he can still do quite a bit of annoying things on water. It's far from over. And he has a second TC completed as well, so...
So the land transition should be far ahead of that of ShadowFax, so the game is not done. But
yeah.
I think the score is starting to tell a story. Definitely a big lead for ShadowFax. Especially if he can sit on those fishing spots.
I'm one of those players that always argue that water is actually not that much of a deal in this game. Because if you look at the population right now, for example, it's 88 versus 70. And most of that is just from triremes. Like, that's the difference. When you take it out of the equation, the fishing boats are inefficient eco units, and Shelby had built them first. So when it comes to the actual economy, they are not that far apart. And the boats are going to be worse and worse over time. Yeah,
that's true. At some point, they just don't really generate you any value unless you actually kill the docks.
Yeah. The one thing that I also always like to point out is keeping water is much harder, because Shelby can always just make a single dock and just harass with some units and force him to react unless he wants to lose everything he has, and that's not really a big investment either. So like, look at all the triremes just in the middle, like, that he has to keep for safety, just because he doesn't know if he just maybe tries to fight again. And it's a mind game, really, because Shelby has the option to do whatever he wants here. But 3 TCs being built, so we are going to 3 vs 3 TCs very soon.
Yeah, well, if Poseidon does get to the late game, it gets scary. but still, Heroic Age is a long ways away. Doesn't have that many villagers on gold yet, but he does have Persine on the ships now, the fishing ships, and their count is rising a little bit. So that is one thing you can do when you win the water. You just treat the docks as an extra town center, and you spend some of your wood and you gain some. You reap the benefits.
The one thing you should definitely do is to squeeze as much of an economy out of it as possible.
Yep.
And he definitely has some of it. I mean, he has an equal lead at the moment.
I'd really like the walling, by the way, to stop any raids from happening. It's not like the Terma are gonna attack a TC, so that's a perfectly fine defensive bastion there.
And to give it an accurate feedback on the current economy, we are having 50 villagers for ShadowFax and 12 fishing boats versus 21 citizens. He has 6 living boats, but they're not working, so they don't really count.
True.
So that is their current economy, actually.
I have to actually point out that Shelby actually doesn't have a lot of economic upgrades. He only has plow, so he's working on pickaxe now, and I suppose
it's honestly odd
get...
to see because he has only 3 farms.
But
yeah,
not that
that's
useful
how you
yet.
get it. And he's working through this wall. Or not. Turns back around.
Oh, the ships are here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, why does he break through here? He can just go through the top. But it's open, there's a gap. That's what I didn't see. So that's why he goes there.
Yeah, I guess
he's gonna attack the gold. This is gonna hurt.
Oh, the villagers are helping the Hippicons. Is that enough? There's
this is gonna fight off very easily, honestly. The villagers are very, very strong against Thomas. Thomas rely on their multiplayers, and they do not have anything against villagers.
Damn, he got absolutely wrecked. Holy shit.
Yep. He had some catapulters, but at the end of the day, villagers are OP. So, there goes that raid. And the Prometheans are trying to destroy the wall. But still, he's just killing some villagers. He's forcing a lot of idle time, so this is not a bad trade at all. The thing about these trades is, I always like to view them like eco upgrades. You invest resources to get a proportional difference for your opponent, and you lost some units, but it's like an upgrade. You're gonna have more eco in comparison, and after some time, the difference will pay off, and you'll have a lead. So,
well, to be honest, behind this, it's not like Shelby didn't gather resources, so he's gonna be able to make the mythic jump pretty quick. And also he's almost heroic now, so sea chips should be coming out in a moment, and should retake the water. But Aphrodite is coming in as well for ShadowFax, so it's not like he can't do anything.
Yeah, this is gonna be very explosive in a moment. Many things can happen here. But yeah, he has water, but his food economy is very non-existent. It's not enough at all.
I have to say, this little Hippicon raid is so good too.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. Get the citizen. Or not! Can it escape?
Oh,
he gets it the last second. Yeah, and now he's gathering with 3 fishing boats again.
It's something.
Yeah.
Probably go mythic from here.
Considering that he traded it for land TCs. Oh, another raid and forced to garrison.
Okay, we've got Atlas. I have to say I'm confused. Wouldn't Vortex be significantly better on a map like this? Like, you're gonna go late, right?
Well, it follows the same logic of kill the army, win the game, flood through. So, yes, with Vortex you can just dodge the army and be somewhere else and he'll follow you, but if he doesn't have an army, you don't have to run away. You can just win.
I guess.
That's his logic right there, probably. Also, if he wants to go Titan, maybe he wants to be able to snipe it with a quick warp.
Yeah, that's the benefit really, because you can use it on town centers, right? Oh, that curse is savage.
Yes, curse is so strong.
So I was trying to say, with Vortex, the benefit is just that you can snipe TCs, you get way better fire siphons if you get the upgrades. Hacker Giants are nothing to be scoffed at either. And, you know, Vortexing around, like, just twice to snipe 2 town centers.
For sure.
Is definitely very strong. You can kill all villagers in the process. You keep a third for a Titan, something like that.
But what are they going to do with it? We will see. We have 30% Artemis. And
okay,
Atlas is here.
So both players just want to finish the game.
Yes.
They don't care about what happens after.
Population is actually quite a bit in favor of ShadowFax. It's 150 against 111. But this is not even that misleading, honestly, because most of it is actually from land population. He does not have that much of water left anymore. Some boats, but not... shouldn't be 30 population.
No,
so.
And actually Juggernauts are coming out for our Greek player, so he's the one who's looking to completely nuke.
Yeah, and the triremes are doing value right now. They're shooting a bit.
Sure. So they're actually a lot better than Tuxodes, obviously, because they shoot 2 arrows. Very tank
if you get the chance
also
to use them to fight, always do it. They're very strong. And there's Earthquake. Where does he cast it?
Oh!
Oh.
Kills the town center 2 buildings. Yeah, he was not ready for that. I don't know, dude. Like when the Greek player has 3 town centers and they're heroic, you better fortify your TCs.
And that's game.
Yeah.
The bad thing about this water TC is also, it might be in TC siege range. So, like in water siege range.
That absolutely is.
So, by getting it down with Earthquake, it just means he just has to send the siege board there and it will never go up again.
Yep.
So that's 2-1 for ShadowFax.
Yeah, great play, and with that, ShadowFax does advance to the semi-finals, actually.
Yeah, let's look at the bracket. I am excited to see what's going on. Have Kimo and Sensui finally completed this series?
Probably not.
They actually have.
Oh.
That was a very hard-fought series, so I'm not gonna say who won. You can check yourself if you want to see it. It might be really exciting to watch.